Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. I have a project coming up that's going to require the use of a few hexagons. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a hexagon shape in whatever size you like, and I'll show you 3 different techniques that you can use to make your hexagons. So we don't all have exactly the same tools at home, but with some very simple tools we can create a hexagon in whatever size you like. Come along and I'll show you how to create a hexagon 3 different ways. All right, to make the 3 hexagons, I've got 3 different sheets of paper here, and one of them is already cut to a 6-inch square. This one here will be a 6-inch hexagon. The other 2 pieces are quite a lot larger. I have a quilting ruler here. This has a 30-degree line on it, which is what we need. I have a round compass for option number 2, and I have a bowl for option number 3. It would be preferable to find a bowl that's got even measurements going across, just so that you don't have to work out too much. This one here is 7 inches. I can halve that easily, which is 3.5 inches. So this bowl will be perfect for me because I don't have to do too much working out. Let's start with this bowl. We'll flip that upside down, and it really doesn't matter what size bowl you use because all you have to do is halve the measurement once you've drawn your circle. I'll use a nice thick marker so that you can see the lines, but all you need to do here is have paper or fabric that is big enough. And we no longer need this. So now we've got our circle. You want to measure the widest distance, and it's bigger than 7 inches. So mine is 7.25 inches, and in centimetres, it's just under 18.5 centimetres. Once you know what the size of your circle is, you'll write that down whether you use inches or centimetres, and divide that measurement in half. So that is 3 5/8 of an inch, or 9.2 centimetres. And I'm going to be working with inches because it's much easier to see on my ruler. What you will do is take the 0 point of your ruler, line that up on the edge of your circle, doesn't matter where you start at all, and then follow along until you find the 3 5/8 inch mark on your ruler, and my marking is just there. So I'll line the 0 up, and then I'll come along until I can line up that 3 5/8 inch mark along the circle, and I'll mark a straight line. From there, I'll come around again, 0 off here, until I get to the 3 5/8 of an inch. And you'll do exactly the same if you're working with centimetres. So I would just use a 9.2 centimetres, measure it out, and mark the lines. And you'll continue to do that until you've finished marking your hexagon. When you get to the end, line that up, and that should equal your 3 5/8 of an inch. Mine doesn't quite line up. It's because I'm using a thick marker here, and I'm not lining up my marks perfectly, but you can go around and tweak that if you need to. Each side of my hexagon is now going to be 3 5/8 of an inch. So that's making a hexagon using a round plate or a bowl. Next, we're going to use a round compass, and this one will be really easy because it's already got all of our measurements marked on there for you. This compass measures 6 inches, so I'll be making a 6-inch hexagon from this one. Once again, we'll mark a circle. Keep your compass on the paper, and we need 6 equal sides. And it's really easy with this because a circle has 360 degrees. We can divide that evenly by 6. So we'll start at 0. The next is 60. So 6, 12, it's 120, 18 is 180. Then we've got 24 over here, 240 degrees, and then we've got 300. So we've got all of those points marked now. You can take anything that's got a straight edge now and mark a line from here to here. You can use your acrylic ruler, just a regular one, whatever you like. And likewise with this one we did earlier, one of these rulers is perfectly fine to mark your measurements. So I'm not measuring anything, I'm just drawing a straight line from one point to the next. When you make these markings, you want to allow for the thickness of your marker as well, because that will affect the perfect sizing of your hexagon. Okay, so that one is a 6-inch hexagon because we've started with a 6-inch circle, which is 15 centimetres. So a 6-inch circle or 15 centimetres, and that will give you 7.5 centimetres or 3 inches on each side. So what we have now is this one made from a bowl, this one made from a compass, and the last one we're going to make a 6-inch hexagon with 3-inch sides from a 6-inch square. And with that we need something that's got 30 degrees on it. You can use your acrylic ruler or you can use a compass like this that has the 30-degree marking on it. So what we're going to do is fold this piece of paper in half. And this one can be done directly onto your fabric. Fold that in half and we'll take our ruler, find that 30-degree line and line up that diagonal line along the folded edge of your fabric or paper. I've done this technique in a video where we made this hexagon storage caddy. I'll pop a link in the description below to show you so you can make that yourself if you want to use that technique. So I'm lining this ruler up right on the very edge of the paper here, and the 30-degree marking is on the fold. And we can cut that off. Then we can flip this around the other way and we'll do the same thing. Line up your ruler on the very corner of your paper or fabric and cut that off. So we've once again lined up that 30 degrees. When you open this out, it looks like an elongated hexagon, so it's not the correct shape that we want just yet. What you'll do from here is fold it in half and line up the straight edge so that it's distorted. So we've got the straight edge along here, but then you've got the straight edge along here as well. And if you flip it over, it's the same on the other side. That's what we need to cut off. So what you can do now is mark a line if you feel you need to, where this paper ends, and you've got that excess bit there, and you can cut that off on both sides. You can just take your acrylic ruler and cut that straight across. So we've got even sides on our hexagon over here, and you can flip that over and do the same on this side and just cut that off. Open that out and you've got a perfect hexagon with 3-inch sides. And this hexagon is the same size as the hexagon that we've made using the compass. So there are 3 really simple ways of making a hexagon in any size that you'd like to have. Once you have your final shape, you can transfer that onto a piece of stiff card or a cereal box, or if you have some template plastic, you can transfer your shape to that. Likewise, you can mark your circles straight onto your template like this. I'll mark all those 60-degree lines. And once again, I would just connect the markings. And when you've done that, you can cut out the shape. You don't want to use your fabric scissors for cutting these out. And once you've cut your shape out, mark its size on there, and it's now ready to be used for your next project, which I'm going to start now. So what did you think? They were 3 neat ways of doing hexagons, weren't they? Whether you use just a regular bowl or a plate and measure the size of the circle, you can make your hexagon like this. This one was using the 7¼ inch bowl. If you have a compass, that's a really handy tool. You can make hexagons and anything else that might fit inside a 360-degree circle. And that's the one that we've used there, using those 60-degree increments. And a really quick, easy way to do them is by cutting straight onto your fabric with a square of the hexagon size you want finished, and folding it in half and using the 30-degree lines on your acrylic ruler. So very simple ways of making some hexagon shapes. I'm now going to go and cut out a bunch of hexagons for tomorrow's project. If you'd like to see that, I'll pop a link in the description below. I'm not even going to tell you what it's for. And if you like this storage caddy, I'll pop a link below for that one as well. That's using a 6-inch hexagon, which was really easy to make. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video, and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.